Now, how does this begin? Who's on first? Who? Who? O-O-H? How? How is he on first? In Christaberg, it was the queen, the nav, the 9 and 10 of spades. All he needed was the 8. So he had the birth, the 9, and he had the 10. So he didn't have the birth. So in 9 and 10, 19, there was nobody. He needed another 9. That would have made 28. And now you have the moon. The moon is valued at 19. That would make 19 and 28, 47. 47 is time. What's on second, or what's in, or the power you need to get in between first and third? You need Watson, the son of the Tata cat. I taw a putty cat. What's on second? What is represents number 15. W ends up creating number 23. 23 and 15 is creation in the BC world, 3 and 2. And at the same time, what's in is 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6. What's in, what's on second, who's on second, what's on second? S is 19, the 19 spirit connecting 1 and 9, which is the spirit or the B spirit, okay, to the 8 heaven. 8 heaven is here. On third is I don't know. I don't know. I, D, 4 and 9, because you need 4, and 9 is actually the representation of 1, because 1 is not first. 1 is first, but by the time it gets here, he's coming from third to home. That's why I don't know is on third, with a K, 1 and 1, connecting the bases with the home plate. 1 bases, 1 home plate, 1 and 1. Tomorrow is pitching, because he throws. From the receiver, tomorrow is the answer. The ball or the strike. The umpire. He throws the ball. He throws a ball, so he's throwing something at you, and how you strike with it, or does it carry on as a ball? And you're still walking around spinning your thumbs. So the receiver, who is named tomorrow, getting the pitch, okay, from the pitcher, is actually a water bearer, or the ball is like water, connecting water in between mountains, adding electric, electrifies the 2 mountains and lights them up as candles. So the man's at the plate. They know if he's pitching the ball, it's either practice or at the plate, but right now we're not talking about a batter at the plate, we're talking about the pitcher. So he throws the spirit over towards the catcher. Catcher gets the spirit, and as the spirit's coming into the catcher in the rye, man hits the ball. I don't know, he's on third. That's creation. But why is in left field? Why is the king of diamonds? Of course he's in left field. He stands in left field, and inside of Y are 3 arms. He can play center, left, and right. So Y is not actually in left field, but he's in center field. Because Y is what divided everything. Meaning automatically he's in left field, and then he's in right field, because in left field it's close to third base, and now when you connect the third base to the first base, you make the angle the other way. Y turns into an E, because he's coming in from third base. This is what it looks like. And in the Hebrew language, that would be the tzedek, the tzedek, the tzedek. So when Christaberg says he throws the 9, okay, before the 10, because until the 9 comes, there's no 2 worlds. There's only 1 world. The 2 worlds comes in the 8, the expression comes in the 10, but the 10 lives inside 1 world. Who you are is the 9. Christaberg, LOSHU, added together. I'm working on how the Earth is more than 1 time zone, and the beginning of the in-out square. We have the 4th square because you step in from this side into here. You open your door into here, you live a full life. You step out into here. The ace is here, the ace is here. In Christaberg, he can never have the 4 aces. Okay? And if he has the 4 aces, it's not exactly what the song says. This is only one side. This is the center, this is left field. Here's the pitch coming to the plate. You extend the X in both angles until it completes the circle of the O, then you come down with it. In order to do that from the center, over, The center over means a straight line because it's the center. You bring it down to meet the corner on each side, the 90, 90, 90, or the 35, 35, 35, or the 45, 45, 45. I haven't thought which one I want. I come down to here, bringing it 11, 11, 11 here, 11, 11 here, and this is the last world in right field. Gets connected. Center worlds, left field, right field, we take a chunk out of this one, we take a chunk out of this one, we leave it into here. We transfer all the energy and everything down to here, and this is where we live life. This is the small cube connecting the two cubes, creating the river across to the two mountains, lighting up the two mountains within one world. We're either talking about the castle 5252, we're talking about the weights or the bricks, the way they're divided and built, and H's. 8 can only come last because you must live. 7 is the gateway to 8. So when the first gateway 7 comes, still there is no life. The pitcher comes, igniting the 8, and now there's life for 9 to live. Now you have 2 worlds of 10 because they have divided us. 10 says 5 and 5. They have divided us. After we were made, they divided us, our reality. Because the craziest thing is in our mind. It's all here, 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 here. Not what they can give you, not what they can take away from you, but how they make you feel right here. What you do to make yourself feel of what you want to do, and when you do it right here. When you swing the bat and you miss. When you swing the bat and you hit. When you get mad at somebody. Whatever your action is here is your life. This is your worst nightmare. Right here between the ears, my friends. In the backstop. In the backstop, it's right here. You have to stop. It doesn't matter who you see and what you do. Everybody has to realign. We can't get mad at people. When you get mad with inside of you. Talk to yourself. Write something out. Understand that you can't change everybody's world. And the order to change the world, all it takes is 80 years. In 80 years, we can reformat this whole world. But if we're doing it from here, in a short period of time of understanding the reality of why things are what they are, the reality of how I'm going to find out inside of this, part of this, part of this, understanding of this, how many time sectors there are in the world. But let me begin. In North America, I see 4. And then I see Alaska. Alaska is an add-on. It's a separate part. It's compared to the other one because it's out of the normal to what everything else is, because it's out of the number zone. You're in a number zone. You go up 1, you go down 1. If you're standing in the middle of your own box in the dead center point, okay, you can go all around equally. But if you are centered in the bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner, this is the center of an area, but it's not the center of your area. When this line runs through on LOSHU, it divides this block with this block. But inside the two dots that are over here, it divides the inside blocks evenly. So when you see a square with 2 dots and a line through it, it's not actually what you think. And it even tells you, on this angle, it's a Z. On this angle, it's an N. But if I take this and I put it onto this side, I actually get a B. If I flip it up the other way and just look at the top and take away this one, I'll now have a P. It all depends where these arms are. And they go east, west, north, and south. And we do know there are 16 of them. Short, little hands. A long hand extending over the number, telling you it's outside the circle, or the shorthand that's telling you it's inside the circle. It's talking about the outside of the world and you're inside of the world. So when the clock goes around, it's going around more than what you think. For the arm that's inside of the world is the real value. And for the arm that's outside of the world, well, let me tell you one thing. When it's outside of the world, it counts time twice. 8 hours inside the world, 16 hours outside the world. The total is 24 hours on a single clock. You have 2 clocks running, that's 48 hours, 480 hours, 20 days of 24 hours, of 20 days of the Mayan 10 and 10 cycle of 18 months equaling to 360 based on how many years? 19, 28, how many years is that cycle? We can take the cycle into its invert and bring it into the center and divide everything by 5. 5 times 5,125 is 25,625. The 6 is the circle. If you want to go to pi, go to pi. The minute you see a circle, Okay? Take two numbers to the left, or two numbers to the left, and two numbers to the right. That is a house. It's a divider. The 0 is a 10-10. If it's a 6-0 on one side and 8-0 on the other side, it's 60 and 80. It tells you something different because the French talk about 60 and 80 different from anything else. From 60 to 100 is not like up to 59. But after 21 is different between 0 and 9, and it's different again all the way up to 19 and 20. Because at 20, they go 20th, TH. The only time you get 21st is when you get to the 21. It says ST, 2 and 1, 20 and 1. So it's actually saying TA. When you get to 30, it's actually saying 3 worlds, 10, 10, 10, which is JTT, and 1 world, and 1 world. It's all about the circles. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 5 is the center of 2 and 2. It's all in the design. Let's go build. Let's go do things. Let's go sew. Let's go whatever. Even it's all in the design. It's all in the design. It's all in the perception. You see this here? Okay? You can't see me like this, right? What happens to this? Stupidity. Stupidity. You see my face right through it, right? But if it was like this, you couldn't see my face that well. But if it's like this, all you can see is that, and you see part of it. What if it was so small in the filaments that you saw my complete face, and this was the distortion? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I've got numbers to work with. And I've got circles I can work with. And I can cut them out just like a child cuts out scissors and men at work. In order not, one of the things I wanted to tell you, in order to do the greatest job, you just fold it like this. You make everything, you want everything to fit, right? You always want everything to fit. So I just cut this just like that. And we're going to make it fit. See what it is? Can you see what it is? See the design? 2 wings and a nose. I painted 2 goats. One animal on this side, one animal on this side. What's this? Anyways, we're not going to get into that because to me, what's this? When I asked it and I looked myself, you want to know how good my perception it is? Ain't a hell of a lot. I can see something, but to prove it and to sell my point, you have your own perception. Take with it, my friends. Thank you.